What's up, guys? We are going to talk about our at-home CrossFit NOLA workout for Friday. I'm gonna go through our warm-up, our first piece, our Metcon, then we're gonna talk about some possible modifications, and then what we're looking for with each movement. So our warm-up we're starting out with, it's gonna be 2 rounds. You're gonna go 1 minute on the jump rope, 10 mountain climbers, 20 steps walking RDL, 10 air squats, and then 10 leg swings, plus mobility of your choice. So whatever you think you might need to work on, pay a little more attention to, that's gonna be your time to get after that. The first thing we're starting out with on Friday is gonna be very core focused. So we talk core, we're talking abs and lower back. Our first sequence is gonna have 4 movements. It's gonna be an RKC plank, side plank on your left, side plank on your right, and then a straight bridge. And you're gonna run through that sequence 2 times. So you're gonna go A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. And the way it's gonna work is you're gonna do 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Once you finish sequence number 1, you can take a little bit longer break if you need going into sequence number 2. If you're very confident in your core strength and you'd like to go immediately into sequence number 2, that's fine as well. But remember here, we're focused on movement quality, not intensity. We'll worry about intensity later. Sequence number 2 is going to be a hollow hold or tuck hold, depending on your ability, side arch body on the opposite side, then a Superman hold. This one's gonna be 20 seconds of work, 40 seconds of rest, and you're going through 2 rounds of that. So the way it's gonna go, 20 seconds on, hollow hold, 40-second rest, then B, then C, then D, then A, B, C, D. Let's talk about our movements on our first piece before we go into our Metcon, since this is where we're already at. Our first movement, RKC plank. Maybe not one we're very familiar with. Very great movement for not just midline tension, but tension on your whole body. So you're starting out, arms extended, feet about hip width apart. Remember, we're keeping that hollow body so those hips are not coming down. We have that good hollow position, and it's hard to see, but what you really need to focus on here is not just holding the position, but think of creating like full body tension. So you shouldn't just be trying to support yourself up. That's not the goal, but flexing everything from your abs, lower back, butt, quads, hamstrings, full body tension. A full flex for 30 seconds, if you are squeezing and trying to get everything you can out of that flex, it's gonna be a long 30 seconds. So the goal here, think about that full tension. That's what we want on that movement. Then on the next movement, it's going to be a side plank, and you can pick either side, you're gonna hit both anyway. What we're looking for here, we're gonna be on your, if you wanna go on your elbow or extended, that's fine. You can do 1 round on your elbow, 1 round extended, but either way, the goal here is going to be tension in the oblique of the side that's on the ground. So you wanna feel yourself flexing that oblique. And when you're holding positions, always think about that connectivity. So not every second's created equal if we're not engaging that muscle group. So don't just think the goal is holding yourself up. Feel yourself flexing and recruiting out of that. For this movement, it's the oblique. That's where we want to be. The next movement, same thing, different side. The final movement on our first sequence is going to be a straight bridge. This is another movement you may be a little unfamiliar with. This one, you should feel more in the glutes. So we have our hands behind our back, fingers facing behind us. We're driving our hips up, and you're squeezing your butt as hard as you can. For 30 seconds, you're gonna feel this very glute hamstring activated. So big difference, we're not just holding, it's a drive and squeeze. There's a big difference between here and here. That's where we wanna be. And then you're going 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Then, like I said, if you'd like, you can take a little bit of a longer rest if you feel like you need it. But then our second sequence is gonna be a hollow hold or a tuck hold. Hollow hold, what we're looking for on a hollow hold, there should not be a gap between your lower back and the floor. So we should feel that floor onto our lower back. Or have those hands behind our head, feet together, pointed forward. Tension should be here in the abs. Not the easiest position to hold. If we need to modify that, we can modify into a tuck. So we'll be bringing our legs, our extremities closer to our center of gravity, which is our hips. So you can bring your knees into your chest. You can also even bring those hands down. And those are ways to modify it. The further you bring those extremities to that center of gravity, the less tension is going to be on the abs. Over time, as we get stronger, we'll open that position up. Then it's going to be a side arch body. Side arch body, think of this as a hollow body hold on your oblique. So you're on the floor, arm extended, and we're lifting here. Not very easy. You can kind of see me even shaking as I do it. If you need to kind of give yourself a little bit of assistance, take that opposite arm and give yourself a little bit of support. Same thing, we're trying to lift those shoulders and feet up off the floor. Feel yourself activating that oblique to hold yourself into that position. Then it'll be the same movement, different side. Final movement, Superman. When we talk about core, we talk about abs and lower back. A lot of times when people hear core, they think abs in the front, because those are the sexy ones we all want because they look better. But the lower back's just as important. When we're in that Superman, arms out, when we lift up, think about trying to get your quads up off the floor. So you hold here. Biggest thing people get wrong on the Superman is they lift their feet and hands. Think about keeping those legs straight and lifting the quads up off the floor. When those quads come up off the floor, you're gonna feel a lot more activation in that lower back. And the way this one's gonna go, 20 seconds of work, 40 seconds of rest. And you're gonna go A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. 2 rounds. Core's gonna feel nice and smoked after that. Catch your breath a little bit, then we're gonna get into our Metcon. This one's gonna be for time. I'm gonna run through the movements, then I'm gonna run through some other potential modifications we can do. It's gonna be 100 double unders, 40 pistols, 20 strict pull-ups, 50 double unders, 20 pistols, 10 strict pull-ups, 25 double unders, 10 pistols, 5 strict pull-ups. So you kind of see the flow, the descending ladder. 100 double unders. Not everyone has access to a rope. Ways we can modify this, if you do have access to a rope, you can either decrease the number of double unders a bit if you kind of have double unders, but 100 is just a lot. If you're doing singles, I would say keep the number the same, but focus on jumping as high as you can. So we're still getting kind of the same energy per rep and then time per rep. So instead of doing singles like this, like the Rocky style, think about staying on those toes and getting that taller jump. So we're still training ourselves to jump that high. And once we have that jumping cadence, then it's just about getting the rhythm with our hands. If you do not have access to a rope, there's lots of different things we can do here. You can find a line anywhere on the ground. You can go lateral hops 100 times there. Another one we were talking about earlier, it's gonna be a great movement because you're gonna get a similar kind of activation in the shoulder. It's gonna spike the heart rate as well, as if you did 50, just jumping jacks. Very similar. I said, now we're still getting that engagement of the shoulder as if you were holding the rope. Pistols, that one-legged squat, not the easiest movement. This would be 40 total, 20 each leg. If you do not have pistols yet, you can modify this into air squats if you need, or if you're still in that position where you're almost at pistols, you can have an object or a surface to go down on, but we're looking for that pistol. Ideally, that single leg, all the way down, coming up. If you're not confident with your movement quality with pistols, definitely modify this, because performing these incorrectly with a lot of weight on the knee, that's a lot of pressure on the knee. So you can also modify that with air squats. 20 strict pull-ups. This one, depending on your access to a pull-up bar, we may have to get creative with. We're looking for a pull. Ways we can modify this if you do not have access to a pull-up bar. Even though it would be more of a press than a pull, you could do push-ups. If we have something in your house like gallons of water, you can even do like a high pull with a gallon in each hand, anything like that. Another one we can do, if you have a nice long kitchen table like this, you can lay under it. Hopefully your kitchen table doesn't have this thing here, but you can also grab the end. I'm not gonna pull all the way up because I hope not all kitchen tables have this, but you can pull up right there. And that's gonna get hard, trust me. But getting creative, looking for that upper body movement to complement the lower body movement as well as the row. Still trying to keep them strict, and then you would go down that ladder. So 100, 40, 20, 50, 20, 10, 25, 10, 5, and that one's for time. So that's where we're really pushing the intensity there. Cool down, definitely what we're trying to get done here, just take care of the body, make sure we're getting prepared for the further workouts down the road, as well as taking care of it from some of the soreness that may have accumulated throughout the week. 30-second dead hang. Another time, this is another one where you may not have access to something to hang from, but we're looking to just kind of stretch out those shoulders, open things up. If you have a broomstick, PVC pipes can even work there. 1 minute pigeon stretch on each side, 5 side lying windmills, going 2 rounds through that. And then 3 to 5 minutes foam rolling the quads. If you don't have access to a foam roller, you can go couch stretch. You can go just standing quad stretch. You've probably done it at some point in your life if you've ever played a sport. Just making sure we're kind of taking care of the body. So what we're looking for out of Friday, very good in core work. I really want you to focus on connectivity and engagement. Not every second is created equal if we don't feel ourselves connecting and recruiting that muscle to hold that position. Being in a position and connecting to it are not the same, and we want to feel that connection. And then we're going to push the intensity with the double unders, pistols, pull-ups. It's going to be another great day. Be sure to send us your pictures, videos. You're doing it at home. Grab your workout partner, but less than groups of 10. Definitely trying to stay safe there. And we've been loving seeing all the videos. Keep those coming. If you have any specific questions that I may not have addressed, feel free to comment, text one of the coaches. We'll answer them for you. We want everybody to keep this going. So catch y'all next time. Have fun with Friday's workout.